Okay, today is April 1st, and here is the south greenhouse control panels. I'm actually going to turn off some of the fans so that we have a little more quiet in here. You can hopefully hear the difference. Okay, so it's going to be something I have to make sure I go back and undo. Okay, so let's take a look. This is the first bench. Things are actually doing pretty well. We've been watering and fertilizing, alternate 20-10-20, with either straight water just to keep the overall nutrients down, or with 15-0-15. The noise you hear now is actually the vents opening up, so hopefully that'll be kind of a quick noise and not as loud as the venting itself. Okay, I'm also going to show, these were some of the things Bree got donated, and they have that little blue around them just to see if they had any thrips. They actually seem pretty clean. Here are some of the other seedlings and some of the plants. Hopefully you can identify some of yours in this quick video. Here is some orange habanero. Here are some of the mystery seeds that Maggie planted. I'm not positive what that is yet. Here's some Nicotiana. Here's Brianna's downy mildew resistant impatiens. Here is the older impatiens seed. You can see a little bit how seed age can affect viability. Here is Maggie and Annie's Nicotiana Tinkerbell. And again, you can see a little bit about the germination. Over here are some of the peppers that we had for a while ago. They're all flopped over because I just watered them. Brenna's beans are really kind of interesting to watch. These are a trap crop, but it's really interesting to see how each of the benches is doing based on looking at the beans. Okay, I'll show you a couple more. Here are the only two of a couple little plants that made it, so I threw out some old flats just to keep the fungus gnat down. Here, hard to see, but there's some little germination of the heuchera. Here is some rosemary that's actually coming along nicely. Over here is nigella. This is a pretty little flower that, again, is doing really great. Here is the ornamental lemongrass. Over here is our kind of cool looking lovage plant. Over here is Josh's thyme. Kind of intermittent germination, but not terrible. Here's Rattlesnake Master. We're coming to some of our natives. Here is Prairie Blazing Star. Here is Stiff Goldenrod. The next one that's really dense is Veronia. Okay. Here is our gray-headed coneflower. This one is a fairly nice dense stand of Prairie Blazing Star. Over here is a crazy thick grouping of cardinal flower. And if you look within it, you can kind of see that there's some weeds coming through. It's actually a nice native plant that's coming through, but it's a weed because it's not what we expect to have in that one. This one is bee balm. Over here is another aspect of cardinal flower. Okay. Oh, and I apologize. This one is cardinal flower, and I'm going back to, this is blue lobelia, Lobelia syphilitica. Those are both lobelia, but one is the blue, and again, back over to here, this is the cardinal flower. Both pretty dense plantings. I think one that's been really fun to watch is the Jack in the Pulpit. These are really interesting woodland plants, but boy, they germinated great and they look fantastic. Here is a separate cardinal flower at lower density. And I'll just kind of swing around and show you a couple more. The ferns are actually starting to get some new shoots starting. So if you've ever heard the little term fiddlehead, I'll try to show you. So right there, you can kind of see a little fiddlehead starting. So over there, that's the new shoots coming in on some of the ferns. Okay. Sorry about this motion. It's probably making you a little woozy on this. Here is some of the moringa planting. There were different treatments that were being checked. So again, these are the moringa. All right. As we go to the next bench, I'll show you a little bit. Here's some of our dahlia seed started. Here is Maggie's versions of lots of different plantings of lavender. Okay, here is some sage, calendula, some cute little isolepsis, which is a little grass, fiber optic grass. Here is some alternate spinach. Okay, these are some tomatoes, some various things that we will work with, some for our grafting. Here is some of the attempts to root the jasmine. They're not doing great, but I think a couple of them are just now starting to root. Here is some of our ginger, edible ginger. Again, some of the bamboo. Here is the green or silver project of plants. Grasses are doing fine. This is the jasmine stock plant. It looks like it's just going to open a flower soon. Okay. Here is the cordylan. Again, they're doing really nicely. Some of the little cordylans that were pulled off from the main plant. The bananas are looking just gorgeous, so that's been fun to watch. And over here, we have our turmeric. Again, this one got some frost damage and is trying to recover. We'll see how that does. Lots of our pennisetum, purple fountain grass is doing fine. Then we have our sedges doing okay. There are some avocado plants. Our rush, okay, cypress. A few more things, and then I'll just do a quick shot to finish this up of the last two benches and the succulents. I know some of you were interested in seeing how your succulents were doing, so that'll be the last thing for this video, which is getting a little long. Okay, so hopefully you can find yours and identify how they're doing. Okay, and then just a view of the succulents and the rest of the last bench. Thanks.